So Zach, we're in the Massey Ferguson 8700 S Series tractor. I'd like to understand a little bit more about hydraulic functions and what we can do within the Datatronic 5 to control those.
Okay, so let's take a look at the hydraulic configurations. So to get to those, we'll use our main menu here in the upper corner. And again, it's an icon-based system, so it's very simple to understand. Hydraulics would be the cylinder image here. And this pulls us into the full page where we can make hydraulic changes. So first off, let's look at adjusting flow. So say we want to adjust flow on valve 1 from 100% down to a lower percentage. So I'll just tap on valve 1. It takes me into the menu page. Then I can simply just take my flow and slide it to make that adjustment. If I agree that 21% I want on the negative and the positive side, I can just click the sync button and then I'll tie the two together. You can still make a change, but now they're going to be synced together until you unlock them. Also in this menu, you can choose the type of flow you get out of the remote. So with the graph here that shows the dotted line on an angle, that's a ramp up flow. So when you work your valve, it's going to ramp up to the flow amount that you have set. The graph here with the dotted horizontal line is essentially full flow when you work the valve, so it's kind of an instant flow. There is no ramp up. Very simple to adjust flows. Also on each valve we can go in and change the name. So for instance, this is currently named as the fan. Let's say this function on this implement is actually, let's just say wing fold. So we'll just say wing. Okay, well, we renamed it as wing. Very simple to do. Say we want to put a timer. Let's say we know it takes 12 seconds to unfold this implement. We can go into the timer function. We can change it to 12 seconds. Click OK. Now we have a 12-second timer. Click OK. And you can see the changes now show up on valve 1 that we made. Another thing you can do is electronically lock out a valve. So if, for instance, a hydraulic jack on a baler, you don't want the operator to accidentally raise and lower, you can lock that out, and now valve 1 will not be functional. You can unlock it. You can also lock out float. So if you don't want a float function, you can turn that off. The important thing to note here is you have a timer unlock. So yes, we set our timer here as 12 seconds, but we actually need to unlock that feature so that now when you run the fingertip, it will actually run for the amount of time you have specified. The final thing to talk about is continuous flow. So you simply would go into the timer function like we did earlier, select the infinity symbol, which is run for forever, click OK. Click OK, and now you would have a continuous flow timer on that remote. And now all of the changes we made, we can take back to the home page, and we can see that we renamed that valve as the wing. If the tractor were running and I worked valve 1, you could see plus or minus here to see the flow amount. And then quick access, you can just tap on valve 1 and go back into the same menu we were at. So you can either access them all through the main menu or direct from the home screen. Hydraulic settings are saved into operator profiles, so if we were to change off of AGCO into another operator profile and come back, it would save our settings. And then finally, hydraulic settings are an option you can put on the split screen. So with the split screen, we can just choose the 3 dots. Again, pull up the hydraulic icon. Now here's a hydraulic visibility to the flows we have set, to the name we had. And then also you have your unlock buttons right here that you can choose. And then you can also access the menu from the split screen. Click back, click home. That's an overview of the hydraulic settings.
Thanks, Zach.